video, well, first of all, welcome to Shannon's Plants Planting Time. Today's video is a repot with me, and it is repot my Philodendron Pedatum, and he's been in moss for a really long time since I got him last year, and I think he has a really good root system, so I decided to just transfer him over to soil. So, anyway, here we go. I'm going to take him out of his pot. Hopefully I will not need a bigger pot. I don't think I will. And hopefully everything is all okay with his roots. Let's see. Hate taking them out of moss because I'm always afraid I'm going to break those roots. Of course, taking the philodendron out is not as bad as taking out some of those plants with finer roots. So yeah, let's see what he's doing. We can get this moss off. So anyway, yes, I got this Philodendron Pedatum from California Tropicals. Now I'll link them in the description below. It was a buy on Etsy at 2:30 in the morning. I think that was the first time I figured out that you could buy a lot of neat plants on Etsy, and I ordered this one and my burl marks on the same night, and my burl marks is currently rotted, but he is growing new roots, and he is in water propagation. Now I'm getting worried because, oh, there's that big root. Okay. I was going to say I checked on him a while ago, and he had a pretty good root system. I was worried because, like I said, I got the burl marks at the same time, and they both came in moss, and I just left them in it. And anyway, when I checked on the burl marks, he was rotted in his moss. So anyway, I know there have been some wide fluctuations in the consistency of the moisture of the sphagnum, and I guess it's the nature of sphagnum and soil too, but I know it's not good to let a plant dry out too much and then flood them with water, because I think when they dry out, their roots can shrink, and then when you flood them with water like that, trying to rehydrate them, it essentially overwaters them, because the roots have, when they have deteriorated in size, they are not able to handle that influx of water, and therefore you get root rot. So anyway, I decided to move him over. Sorry, I have traffic noise going by. It's early in the morning and people are going to work. I have the window open because it's a beautiful, rainy, cloudy day. And if you can see my cabinets behind me, I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of sanding them to repaint. So that is why they look the way they do. It is not a distressed look. Well, it is a distressed look, but it wasn't the one I was going for. So anyway, now I forgot what I was saying. I think I was talking about the root rot But anyway, he's been in moss for, like I said, a year now, which is fine, but I just thought I'd transfer him over into soil for nutrition purposes, and kind of so I won't have to keep re-wetting the moss every other day. I'll have to watch him closely. Anytime you transfer a plant from one medium to another, I think you should watch it closely, especially water propagations to soil, because they have those water roots, and you should always keep the soil very moist to begin with, so that because those water roots are used to as much water as they need. So that's as good as I'm going to take the moss off. It won't hurt it to have that moss around it. As a matter of fact, I watched a YouTube video where they said if the plant was used to being in moss, it's a good idea to surround them with moss, but when you transfer them into soil, so that they do have that wetness of the moss surrounding them. So that's all we're going to take off. And I think he's fine to go back in to his pot that he is growing in currently. And so we'll start filling him up with some soil. And this is just my regular potting soil that I talked about in my video. I use the 4 main ingredients that I use are some black gold all natural potting soil mix, and some Philodendron charcoal, and perlite, and special orchid mix. And I say special because it's not like it's my special orchid mix. That's what it's called. Special orchid mix has a little more in it than just the traditional fir bark orchid mix, and it helps provide good drainage and aeration, which philodendron love, because they are aeroids, and they like those especially airy mixes. So then we're just gonna kind of shake the cup a little bit lightly. Well, you don't have to do it too lightly. Anyway, trying to make sure if there's any holes in the potting soil that I get it to fill in, because you wouldn't want to leave a pocket of air in there and have the roots dry out. So we'll just backfill a little bit more. And what I'm gonna do with this root that is on top here, I'm going to put a little bit of a sphagnum moss around the top of him. And I always try to mix in, this is actually a piece of a mosquito dunk, which is the same thing as mosquito bits. It's the same chemical or bacteria, whatever it is that it's the same thing. You can just kind of crumble them up. It's just that my store does not carry the mosquito bits, and so I use the mosquito dump. So, and like I said, I'm put a little bit of moss around that root. And my household is waking up. My dog just came in here to tell me good morning. And there you go. Here's a close-up of the moth. And how the plant looks in its pot. And I'm gonna water it, and it does have a new leaf coming out. So anyway, that is it. Thanks for tuning in for my Repot with me video. I'm glad everything went so well. I was so afraid I was gonna open that up and find some root rot, because I'm always scared of that. But the plant looks good and healthy. It's a little bit dusty. I'm gonna clean them off, and yeah. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next houseplant video. Bye.